Welcome to Crafty Creations. My name is Elizabeth. Today we'll be working on the large round board from Unique in the Creek. We're making a red, white, and green flower, and we're using this 10-inch center, aluminum center from Lady Fox Designs and Supplies. The materials you will need for this is 24 pieces of the horizontal mess. I'm using 24 pieces of the green, red and the green horizontal mess. And I don't have white horizontal mess. I would have used it here, but I am going for that little, simmer look for the white part. So this is window pane mesh. You'll need 24 pieces. So 24 pieces each, cut at 10 by 10. I used a wood burner to cut it. I didn't prep up the whole board because I thought you might see, I wanted you guys to see what is happening when you do a wreath like this, and how long it takes too. Okay, so again, we'll grab these. I set aside a few so I can show you how to do the roll petal. So I did lots of these. I did pre-make lots of these already. Again, I wood burned this mess because you do see a lot of edges on these this roll petal. Okay, so I wood burn it 10 by 10 or a little over 10, because this is 10.5 inches wide, I believe, this horizontal mess. I think I threw away all the papers. Okay, so what I do is that I make sure my manufactured edges are at the top left and bottom right. Turning this into a diamond. I just put this from the mess roll here. I just put it right in the middle where I think is the middle, right? I eyeball it. And then I just roll it up. Okay? And I make sure when go and scrunch these two together, I make sure the edges are at the bottom, and then I scrunch in the middle, and I flip it, and make sure these tips over here are lined up, and I clip it. Okay, set that aside. I'll do a red one and a white one with you all. Red and white. So again, here's the sign we're doing. It's a Merry Christmas. It says Merry Christmas. I'm going for that look right in there, but adding a little green as well, just to see what it'll look like. Again, I roll it up. Make sure this is in the middle of the roll, right? The corner of it, so it'll be almost precise. So just roll it up. So all together, you'll need 72 pieces of the mess, 24 each in the red, white, and green. So again, I make sure these are at the bottom, and I pinch right in the middle, and I flip this over. Okay. All right. So I'll add zip ties on mine. I add zip ties on mine just because I don't want to use glue because we're using the larger gap. That's why I'm adding the zip ties, so they won't slip out, and I don't need to glue them either because I don't want to use glue. Did you all see that cute little snowman wreath that I posted just about half an hour ago? I think I posted. This is sort of the look I'm going with this one here. I'm showing you what I did with that one and how I placed my petals. So I'm all about sharing what I do, and I thought I was so anxious to share this with you guys because I think it'll look good in red, white, and green. I did take a little photo of this, and I'll post it with a wreath in the comments once I post the picture when it's done. I'll post this part here, but those are little W's. This is where the white is gonna go, and all the red green in the gaps in between. That's what we're doing here. So let's get on with it, and we'll add zip ties as we go. So we're just loading the zip ties every hole. We're using every hole on row 2, every hole on row 3, and as well as every hole on row 4. We're not doing anything for the middle. We're leaving that open. So I'll just finish adding these. Add all the zip ties on row 2, all the holes. Again, you need 72 pieces of this wreath. So here's the white, so we'll just slip the white where the little W is. So on top here is where I'm gonna start. Here's the hanging holes. On top here is where I'm gonna start with the white. So white, I skip this one, white, skip, all the way around is where I'm putting the white. So 8 pieces of the white for row 2. Okay. So let's go start adding. So what I do, the reason why I use my zip ties here again is when I go put the petal in there, I make sure that zip tie is in there. And then when you pull it, it's not going anywhere. Because again, the reason why I wanted to use those zip ties is because we're using the larger gap holes, and I don't want my petals to slip out. That's the reason. And I don't want to use glue either, so it's too messy for me. So let's do the red. So we're adding red. Next, on the next three zip ties is red. I think this is gonna look good. I do have a little bit of white horizontal mesh, but I wanted a little bit of a sparkle in the wreath, so that's why I'm using the window pane mesh with a little silver foil going through it. So I thought that'd be nice and pretty and sparkly. So there's the 3 red. And here we're gonna add white. All of them are down at the bottom of my bin. Okay. So for the 10-inch metal sign that I'm using, you can probably go with just using the 2 rows, I think. Yeah, you can use just the 2 rows for the 10-inch. But the 8-inch, you probably need all the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th row if you're going to use an 8-inch for this, if you're going to do this type of a wreath here. So green, we'll be adding green now. I'm making sure my petals are down, right? This is the rough edges, so I'm making sure these rough edges are going down onto the board when I slip the petals in there. Green again. So this is the easy part. Just slip the petals in there and zip them up. This is the easy part, fast part of making a wreath. Once all your petals are all, you know, ready to go. So we're going to get a little frays here and there. That's all right. Okay, red, a couple of red. So the red horizontal stripe mess, I got that a while back from uniqueinthecreek.com, and as well as the green. And this one here a while back, I'm not sure if there's any in stock, but I think Lori said that she is expecting the red, or maybe even the other colors. You have to keep checking. So we'll cut these off, because they're kind of in the way. And I was like, I want to show my friends. Ooh, that's beautiful, eh? Can you see all that in the camera? Oh, no, really. Petals for row 2 are in there, so that's what that looks like. Okay, let's add the zip ties for row 3, every hole. A white and a green again, and a red. One color each. So we'll do 3 of these. We'll always start at the top here, just so you guys can see the what I'm doing here. Here's the numbers right here. These are the numbers where this white is. So I'll start with the white here and then work my way down. So you guys will kind of see what all goes down when I making it. I'll start with the white, close that up. So I'll turn it around here again. This is so you guys can see what I did. So all the holes. So this is where we're starting. This is where the white is going to start, and then we'll work out our way around. Oh, this way. Okay. So first, let me zip up some of these here. So I'll just add. Okay, the one thing I didn't explain, I should explain here now, is when you add your petals, so green, because this is the green part here now, so we're doing green. So when you add your petals, you slip your petal in there, make sure my zip tie is in there. When you go to close it, when you pull back and forth, you see how your petal is going back and forth, back and forth. This is where I make sure my petal is, not sideways like this when I close it. This is where I make sure I hold it here, right here, right? And I zip it up. Because your petal will lay straight like that. One is backwards, so I make sure my petals are, yeah, perfect. them in there. Okay, so row 3 is done. So let me cut off the tails. So there's row 3. So this is where I said that you could stop and just add that 10-inch sign in there if you want to. See, this is a 10-inch sign. It fits perfectly. So this is where you could stop. So you probably need 48 petals for this, for second and third, if you were to go ahead and add the 10-inch sign in there. So we're gonna add the zip ties every set of hole. Right. So this is where, when you work on your wreath, this is where you make sure that you work over the wreath. You don't flatten out your petals. You don't mess them up. This is where you just, this is where it's good to stand up when you're wreathing, but I don't usually. So we're doing row 2, 3, and 4, all the holes. Let's roll these up. Okay, let's add those petals. Again, let's start at the top where the numbers are. The number 4 is. Like, this is the number 4. Right here. This is where the number 4, this is where I put the white, and this large gap right here, this is where I'm adding the white. Too lazy to put a zip tie there. Kind of anxious to see this wreath done too. So again, I can always go with half a rolled petal for this part here if you want. It'll all be good. See, let's get this away. It'll be good. I should have done that, but no, I didn't. But you can do that if you're gonna do this type of wreath. So we're only adding one each for this part. One color each. So we're going white, red, green, white, red, green, all the way around for row. Last one. Put the last one in there. And I'll add them. There we go. Cut those off. I made extra 2 petals here. So all the petals are in there. Okay. How big is this wreath? Let's measure it out. So it is almost 26 inches in diameter. So it is huge. It'll still fit on a door, of course. You can watch it on replay. I'm just putting the hanging zip tie up in here first. And I'll just quickly add the sign right in the middle with the little, what do you call those? The cable mount, which I didn't add because I borrowed this from Unique in a Creek sign. And I'll borrow this one too. But I won't pull it too hard because I didn't add the what do you call that? The E6000 in there. Because I'm so anxious to see what it'll look like. Yeah, I already saw it, but I want to attach the sign. So again, I'll go back and add the E6000 there around it maybe. I'm not going to pull too hard. It's just sitting on top the wreath. You're not seeing anything through, not seeing the board through under here, because all this is covering it up. Okay, so that's good. That's a plus. All right, so that's that. So, but it's this way. There we go. All right, so we're done.